Hey there! Today, with the help of React Native, Expo and Cursor AI, we are going to build AI trip planner and travel agent app from scratch. And this is not just a simple trip planner. We are building a full-featured mobile app where an AI travel agent can help you plan your next trip, generate your daily itinerary, suggest places to visit, and organize everything in one place. You will also able to add and manage your hotel bookings, flights, car rentals, packing list and complete trip details. And one of the most important feature, you can share your entire trip with the family members so they can access their itinerary, booking, packing list and other trip information directly from their own app. We are going to build everything step by step using Cursor AI from the UI to the backend and AI agent functionality. And if you are a developer or a designer in India, here is something interesting. Cursor recently launched a new plan for just 649 rupees a month. So this is a great time to build this application and make your resume stronger. This is a complete full stack SaaS mobile app built with React Native and Expo, while Supabase handle authentication, database and backend services. The complete project is divided into a small, easy to follow chapters. In each chapter, I will first explain the feature we are building, how it should work and the overall implementation approach. Then we will build it step by step using Cursor AI with a proper notes, prompt and explanation throughout the process. So even if you are new to the React Native, Expo, Supabase or Cursor, you are able to follow along and understand not just what we are building but how and why we are building this application. So if you want to learn how to build a real world AI powered mobile app from scratch using Cursor, React Native, Expo and Supabase, then this video is for you. So let's get started and let me show you the demo of this application. So let me walk through the application demo first, which we are going to build in this video. So if you see, we have this beautiful sign up screen, and if you already have an account, then user have option to simply sign in to the platform. Now with the help of Supabase authentication, we added email password and Google authentication. And once users sign in successfully, it will jump to the home screen where we have bottom three tabs called home, my trips and profile. And then at the top, we have this beautiful professional UI UX design. User have option to directly chat with the AI agent. Below that, we have my plan and explore option. Whenever user create any new trip, it will display simply on this home page under the my plan section. Then below that, we also have quick tools to plan with AI or create a new trip. We also have my trip quick shortcut and option to invite your family member to join the trip. Now you also have get quick option like finish planning the existing trip and some travel tips as well. Okay. Now under the explore section, you can explore more feature based on your existing travel, and then it will give you some suggestion for the next travel destination. And you can plan any destination with the help of AI, or you can create that trip. Pretty cool, right? Now let me show you this trip and how it actually looks. So overall, once you open any trip, you will get and navigate to the new page where you will find all the trip detail like the trip information, the source and destination, and when you are traveling. Then your itinerary travel option. Obviously it is divided into a day by day itinerary. So on each day what you are planning based on the time, your day and the activity, and you will see all the details. See, okay. Now whenever you want to add anything, you have option to add a stop. Just click on it, it will open up a pop-up and you can manually add the information as well, and that information will get added to that specific date. And then here you will see all the trip information day by day. We also have booking section where you can add a booking like flight details or car rental details, so that it will be at one place. You don't need to worry about finding email or finding any information. You can directly find through this app once you enter the information. And same thing we added for hotel and extra tickets. Then we also have packing section where you can add all the to-do list for your backpack. Whether you want to add a sunscreen, you want to add swimsuit, you can just simply add it. Once you add it to your bag, you can mark add a checkbox and then it will automatically update it for you. Anything or any item which you are added, you have option to edit those item anytime, or if you want to delete, you can even delete it. Now the interesting feature about this is share this with a family. Just click on this share option and you can enter the family code directly over here and invite to that family member, and once they join, they can also see these trip details. All the features which you will not find anywhere inside any application, we added inside this app. And throughout this video, we are showing this each feature one by one and we are going to implement it. I will explain each feature before with a proper handwritten style notes so that it is easy to understand. Now let's move to the most interesting feature, which is an AI agent. Now once you click, we added a very powerful AI agent with a streaming and generative AI response. You have option to create a new trip, or you can simply select any trip and then it will discuss or give answer based on that trip. For example, if I select the California trip, you can simply add let's say find some places to eat, or we'll say let's find some places to visit at night. Okay, and we are talking about the California trip. Once you send this, AI agent will automatically read your all data and then it will give you the proper response. Now you can also get this suggestion as well. Okay, so based on your all the trip plan details and everything, it will give you suggestion, and then we'll say let's say nightlife for October 6th, and then it will find there's some details on the platform, and then you will get this beautiful generative style UI. Here you have option to save this itinerary directly inside your trip. Once you click on it, it will get saved, and now if you go back, you will find this inside your itinerary. Pretty cool, right? That's how easy we implemented this AI agent feature. So for example, if I go to the October 6th, you will see the itinerary is now added along with the night time section. After this, we also have option to create a brand new trip. So if I go to the AI agent, just select this create new trip and then you can ask anything. Let's create new trip for 4 days in October from Charlotte to Chicago, and then if I send this, it will automatically create a proper itinerary plan day by day. If you see, the first thing it gives the option to create this trip, okay, so that we can save this, and then we will tell to an AI agent to create a day by day itinerary for you. Okay, so we'll say create first day plan and simply hit enter, and then it will give you the proper generative UI style information, and boom, if you see the first day trip plan like arriving at Chicago, lunch at Loop, Millennium Park explanation and many more. And once you are happy with it, you can simply save that, and then you can simply save this itinerary for that particular day, and if you see, it's saying that 5 itinerary items saved for the first day. And same thing you can do it for a plan for a day 2, and if you see, it automatically give you the suggestion. So instead of typing, you can simply add that. You can also say okay, suggest a different day 1. Pretty cool, right? And then you can simply go back and check it out, and here we have this Chicago trip added. Also it automatically added this AI image generation, so it will automatically generate the image based on your destination, and that's why we are not using any static images. It's automatically generated with the help of AI. Once you open it, you will see the first day itinerary, and it is automatically ordered by your day and the time, okay, with a location and some notes. Everything is up to date. You can add a booking, packing, photos, all of this inside the trip information. So this complete app, we are going to build it from the scratch. Under the My Trip, we are showing all the trips which a user have created and the upcoming trip as well. And in the profile section, you will see the invite code which you can share it in order to get access to your family members' trip, and then other details to manage inside the profile. Now let's talk about the tech stack which we are going to use to build this complete project. We are using React Native Expo build tool, which is easy to build the full stack React Native application, and with all the React Native features available with this Expo build tool. It's very popular and you can directly test in your actual device while you are building this project. For a database, authentication and storage purpose, we are going to use Supabase, and whatever the resources we are using, it's free. For AI, we are going to use a Cursor AI agent. With the help of Cursor desktop application, we are going to build this application in step-by-step way. And Cursor recently launched a new pricing for all the Indian developers and users. Now it's just for 649 rupees per month. You will get access to the high and fast model like Grok 4.5, Composer 2.5. You can build your application locally as well as on the cloud. You will get access and you can build the application using a Cursor mobile app, and many other features you will find. And you can simply join with the link in the description to get access for a Cursor for just 649 rupees per month. Also, if you are new to this channel, then don't forget to subscribe and press notification bell icon so that you will not miss any update, and make sure to like this video. And once we got a 1000 like, then I will come up with a very interesting video as well. Also, you will get access to all my courses and the source code on tubeguruji.com platform. You can join it. Here you will find and you can track each course chapter by chapter. You will get access to the source code. You can see the live demo, watch on YouTube, and also the certificate of completion. Now, I recently launched a brand new platform called AI Perks Box, where you can unlock AI credits for your startup and individual, and you will get a credit up to thousands of dollars. You can get access to the Claude, OpenAI, ChatGPT, Microsoft, AWS, Azure. Just you can click on claim perk, and then you will get access to that perk. Follow the step-by-step guide to get those credit which you can use to build your next startups. So guys, the link is in the description, and I will also add a code called TubeGuruji to get 50% off on all the plans on AI Perk Box, and you can join the monthly plan just $499 to get access to all of these perks at once. So without wasting a time, let's get started. Now in this chapter, we are going to create a plan for our application. We'll note down all the features which we want to implement. Then we'll see what are the tech stack we are going to use, so that it will be easy for us to implement each feature one by one. Now, if you see on the screen, I already noted down some of the features, that what are the different features we want, along with the sign up and sign in screen, onboarding, welcome slider screen. Then we want a home page with a 3 different tab options like home, my trip, and profile. We want to add and integrate an AI model for AI agent for a trip planning. Then we want an option to create a complete itinerary for our trip. Then we want to add some feature like hotel booking, car booking, flight booking information. Now user will add this information so that it will be handy for him anytime. Then an option to add packing to-do list, photo sharing option, map integration. Then we also want to add an option to share the complete itinerary or trip itinerary with the family members. Okay, this is very interesting feature, and that family member can join a trip using a unique code. Then user will have an option to add the new trip manually. Also, AI agent will help us to plan the trip, answer any question using a generative UI. After that, the personalized suggestion from the application, explore more, and places destination section. Okay, so this complete feature we are going to add. Obviously, you can add more feature later on, but for a basic of MVP, we are going to add all of this feature. Now in order to build this mobile application for Android as well as for iOS, we are going to use a React Native Expo. Okay. Now in order to build this React Native app, the Expo is a build tool. So if you go to this expo.dev, this is very popular build tool to develop the React Native application, and many popular application build using this Expo build tool. It's completely free to use. This is a SDK which you can use it to build the application. Now it is powered by AI native MCP tools as well, and here it is very easy to test as well. You can run directly inside your app, and there are a lot of features you will find with this Expo dev. After this, for authentication, database and the storage, we are going to use Supabase, so that we will get all of these features under one tech stack, which is Supabase. Now for AI agent, we are going to use Cursor. Now recently Cursor launched a new plan for an Indian user. Now you will get a Cursor for just 649 rupees per month, which is less than $10. Okay, and with this plan you will get all access to all the latest AI model. You can use a Cursor within a CLI, your IDE, with a Cursor desktop, or in your favorite IDE like VS Code. Then you can use a latest Grok 4.5 and Composer 2.5 model along with all the model like GPT and many others. You can build your application on a cloud as well as locally, and you can use the Cursor mobile app to build application directly from your mobile. Everything you will get with this start plan, which start just for 649 rupees per month. Okay, I will put the link in the description in order to get access with this pricing. So make sure to click the link in the description so that you will get your Cursor for just 649 rupees per month. Okay, I will put the link in the description. Make sure to join it and sign up with that link. And then after that, you have to download the Cursor desktop application so that we can run our AI agent and build this complete application. Now once you open the Cursor desktop application, first thing you need to do is to sign in to your account. Once you sign in, make sure to open a folder where you want to create the project. So click on this folder plus icon, then click repo, or we can say open folder, and just simply select the folder. So I already have the AI Trip Planner 2.0 folder. Currently it's empty, and inside that we are going to create our React Native Expo project. Now inside this prompt you will see an option that the folder is selected. After that you have an option whether you want to go to the plan mode or you want to select ask multitask. By default it's selected as an agent. Then you can select a different AI model like Cursor Grok, which is the highest and fastest AI model. Then you also have Composer, which is the Cursor's fastest model, but you can even select Opus, GPT, Fable and any other AI model. Now later on in this video, I'm going to show you how you can connect your own API key with the Cursor and how we can use Cursor for free as well. Then you can simply enter the prompt. Now first thing we need to do is to create a React Native project. So here we'll say let's create React Native Expo project. In order, or we'll say Expo project for my AI Trip Planner app. Okay, so we just want to create the React Native Expo project, so we can mention that one as well. Now we'll say now just create React Native Expo basic project. Also set up agents.md file for agentic rules, or agent rule will say, and memory in order to save all context data so that we can save token when we start new session. Okay, so this is very important, and we just inform that okay, we just want to create a React Native Expo project for now. As simple as that, and later on we are going to run this project. So let's hit enter. And once you hit enter, obviously it will think. While it's generating and thinking, right, sometimes it will ask you some permission to approve, some question to take some decision, right, and you can select the appropriate choice based on it. Now we'll just wait so that once the React Native Expo project is created, we can run that project and then we can test it inside the emulator, actual as I will show you how you can run your Expo project inside your actual device. And now if you see, our project is created. So it used Expo SDK 57 with the latest SDK version. Then you will see what are the project structure. It explained all of this file as well. It also created agents.md file, so you can update any guideline you want to add or anything like that, and you can simply run your application. I will show you how to run it. Now in order to see complete file, right, on the right hand side you will see this option. Okay, so you can open the right side panel and then you have option to select the browser, different changes which you made, the terminal or files. If I click files, let me open just file, and on the right hand side you will see this complete file. So it created .cloud, okay, folder and .cursor folder for the rules, and in order to save our memory, and then it will use a less token when you create a new session. Then we also have .env file, and along with this you have app.json, app.tsx file as well, and agent.md file with the proper structure, what we are building. If you see the directory layout, so every time it will not scan your application, it will just read the agent.md file with all the rules, the coding conventions, everything from this file. After that, we have the package.json, which contain all our dependencies, dev dependency along with their version and script to run and build our application. Now let's do one thing. Now let's open a terminal inside this same window. So I will click on this plus icon and then we can say terminal. Okay, now you can run terminal at the below at the right side as well. It's totally up to you, and simply you can run a command npm run start, okay, and then hit enter. And right now if you see, you will get a QR code. Now you have two options. Either you can run your application in your actual device, but for that one you need to download the Expo Go app. So just search on Google, and this Expo Go app is from the Expo only. It is available for Android and iOS, but if you are using emulator like Android emulator, iOS emulator, you can install in there as well. Now what you have to do, once you install this app in your actual device, you just need to scan this QR code with your camera, or if you are in a same Wi-Fi network, it will automatically show your app under the Expo Go application, and then you can simply run it. So you can directly scan this QR code. Now sometimes this will not run in Expo Go because we are using the latest version of SDK, right? So if you are using Expo SDK 54, then it will easily run, because I think on the iOS platform the Expo Go application is not up to date. So what you can do, instead of doing anything, you can just tell an AI agent downgrade, we'll say downgrade Expo SDK to 54, okay, and then hit enter. So once you downgrade it, it will just update our Expo Go app, and in meantime you can stop running this application. So just click on this terminal and then I will say clear. Now if you see, the package is now updated and our Expo SDK version is now updated to 54. Okay, now you can run npm run start, and then now you can take this out and you can just simply scan it. Now as I said, you can use an actual device as well in order to run it, or you can use Android Studio. Just search or install the Android Studio if you don't have, and then open the Android Studio. After this, just click on these three dots and click on SDK Manager. Now inside the SDK Manager, make sure you have at least one HDK installed, like in my case the Android version is available, which is 34. After that, make sure the HDK tool, which is HDK build tool, NDK, the Android emulator and HDK platform tool is installed. Okay. After that, I will go back and then click on these three dots again and click virtual device manager. Now here you have option to create a device and you can select the device. For example, I will select this 7 Pro and make sure it has a Play Store support. So you will see this icon. After that, click next. Then you can select either one operating system. So I selected Tiramisu and click next. Give the virtual device name and simply click finish. So what it will do, it will create a emulator for you. You can simply run that emulator. Now I'm going to use an actual device to show you. Okay. Now here I open the Expo Go app and inside that, if you see, now my application is running. Now this is simple blank template and it only have the home screen called AI Trip Planner, your intelligent travel companion. Okay. On the right hand side, you have to make sure you are on the Expo HDK 54 version, and another important thing that all the files are inside this app folder. Okay, like route and all, because we want to use Expo router, and inside the Expo router it uses a folder based routing structure. And if you see inside the app, we have again app folder, auth folder, the layout, index, setup file and all of these things. Okay, so it is very important that you are using Expo router for this Expo application. Okay, now once this is done and your application is now running, then we are ready to implement each feature one by one. But before that, make sure your app is now running. Okay, now this is actual iPhone mirroring, so that's why it's look like this. Okay, but if you are using emulator or any other things, you can simply run in a same way. You might need to install the Expo Go app inside your emulator as well in order to run it. Now if you are on the terminal and you want to run your application on Android emulator, just press A. If you are want to use iOS emulator, just press I and it will automatically open that emulator and run your application. As simple as that. Okay, if you have any question, any doubt while running or creating this React Native application, let me know in the comment section. Now let's set up an authentication and database for our app, and we are going to use a Supabase for it. So we are going to set up a Supabase, then we'll tell AI agent to create a sign in and sign up page in order to access and navigate to the home page, and then we want to save user information to our DB. So over here I already have these beautiful notes created just for you guys. It's completely free and I will put the link in the description for these documents. So obviously we are using a Supabase for authentication, database and storage purpose. For authentication, we are going to use email password and Gmail auth, and we are using a database for a profile, trip, itinerary, right? For storage, obviously we are using storage for the storing images, documents, any files, and I will show you how we can set up this Supabase very quickly. Okay, now let's navigate to our cursor, and here we'll create a new session. So just click on this plus sign, so it will create a new session, and then inside that you can simply enter that let's set up Supabase and let's create sign in and sign up page for our app. Use Supabase email password auth and Gmail authentication for our app. Okay, so these two information we need it. Also we'll say once user sign up very first time, then make sure to save user information to database. Okay, and I think that's all we needed. Another important thing, if you want a professional style UI, you can just mention that one as well. Here we'll say for sign in and sign up page, make sure to implement professional UI UX, colorful, and use dribble template style UI UX. Okay, and keep theme color consistent across the app. Update agent.md file. So that one I'll also be mentioned. Now if you have any mockup design or any design idea, you can also attach that too. Okay, but for now we'll let cursor decide the design and everything, but we just mention what we actually want. Now when you say that you want to set up a Supabase, right, automatically cursor will detect that you want to use Supabase inside this app, and here you have option to add a Supabase. Just click on it, it will add a Supabase plugin for you. You will get an option whether you want to add to your complete account or just for this project. So we'll say we want to add just for the project, and then we'll simply say add plugin, and it will install this plugin as well, and simply now send this, and then we just need to wait and sit relax so that AI agent will start implementing the Supabase authentication as well as creating this sign in and sign up page. Okay, now as you know that we can also switch this to a plan mode before implementing it. It's totally up to you how you want to implement, but right now we just use agent mode so that it will automatically start implementing. And if you see how fast it just implemented this feature. Okay, so here what are the things it implemented, let's walk through it. So it added the auth stat, it added the Supabase authentication setup for us. Also it added a dribble style consistent theme and UI for us, so that is also implemented. And then database migration script also added inside this .sql file. I will show you how to run it. Okay, then we need to set up few things. We need to get the Supabase URL and anonymous key, and we need to save inside the .env file, and then we need to run this migration script as well. After that we have to enable email and Google authentication, and then we have to add this redirect URL as well. So let's go ahead and set up this. First we need to get this Supabase URL. So first we'll go to the supabase.com and make sure to create a new account. I will put the link in the description. Then simply click new project. Here you have to give the project name. I will give AI Trip Planner 2.0, and then you can add a password. Click create new project, and once the project is created you will get this both the keys. Now here you will get a URL. You can simply copy that as it is and paste it inside your .env file. Now in order to open the file explorer, I will again go to this one, then we'll say plus icon and then simply click files. Then we already have .env, right? So simply open that, and then let me copy this both the key first. I will paste it here, and then we'll replace with the actual URL. So I will close this, so we'll get a bigger screen and simply paste it here. Now for the key, I will again go back to our project and simply navigate to the project setting. Inside the project setting you will get an option called API key. Simply navigate to this legacy key section and then copy this key as it is. Go back to the cursor and paste your key. Okay, and then save it. Now once your key is ready, you have to run this migration script. So if you see this migration script inside the Supabase folder, so go to the Supabase migration and open this, copy this all the query as it is, then go to the Supabase. Inside this SQL editor, simply paste this query which you copied and then click run, or you can simply say run as it is, and then we'll say run query. Here you will get an option that runs successfully. So if you see, it's saying success, no row return. And if I go to the table editor, you will see this profile table is now created with the proper policies and everything. Perfect, right? Now only authenticate user can access this table. Now the next step after this is enable auth providers. So I will go to the authentication. Inside that you will see sign in and providers. Scroll down, then make sure the email is enabled. Now whichever platform you want, you can enable it, but we want to enable Google. So I will click on it. Here we will say enable, but you have to add a client ID and the client secret for that one, which you will get it from the Google Cloud. Okay, so from here you can simply generate this client ID and the client secret key for you. Now obviously you have to generate auth client ID key. Okay, now if you don't know how to create it, simply search on Google. It's very easy. You have to first create the consent screen, and then inside the credential you can simply click credential auth client ID, then select the application type. You can select the web, it doesn't matter, and then simply click create. Okay, right now let's keep for now, because later on I will show you step by step way with a proper chapter. But now if I go back to the cursor, next thing, inside the add redirect URL, we have to add the authentication, and then we have to add this URL. So inside the Supabase, if you go to the authentication, then go to the URL configuration, and then here you will say redirect URL. Simply add this redirect URL. You have to add both of them. We'll say another URL, and then save URLs. Okay, once it's saved, we'll go back, and then you can restart your application if you want. Most of the time you don't need to restart it. So if I open it, it still show the same page. Maybe what we can do, go to the terminal and press R button. R means reload. Okay, so we'll see, and if you see, it's showing this welcome screen. Obviously it's cutted at the top, right, because the design is not properly. But if I click on create account, now you have option to enter email, password and the name. So obviously you can tell AI that design wise there is some issue and that need to be fixed first. So over here we can simply send it, and I will bring this on the right so it will be easy for us to check this out. So here we'll say on sign in and sign up screen, design or top header design overlap on sign in and sign up form section. Fix that. I think that's all we need, and let's send this. So obviously it will verify the design, and then it will fix it immediately. And now once it fixed, you will see the change. Okay, so this is a sign in, sign up and sign in screen. Now you can enter email, password, and then you can simply sign in to the platform. Now you also have a Google account to continue once you set up the Google as well. So I will enter the email and password. First we will create a new account. So over here we'll say accounts, and then we'll click create account. And once you sign in, if you see, I got a confirmation email address, so you can even confirm it. So once you click, it will redirect to a localhost somehow, but I think once you are on the localhost on the production side, then you will get a proper message and it will redirect you to the actual device. But on my device I am going to verify it, and here now I'm going to sign in, and here if you see, our application is now signing. Okay, so right now on this actual device I'm just mirroring, so some of the things not properly working, but on actual device and emulator it's working properly. and this is the just a landing screen. Once you sign in successfully, you will get option to sign out as well if you want to sign out, but right now once you sign in successfully, so you will jump onto the home page, and then we are going to implement all the home page tabs and many other features throughout this particular video. Now make sure you set up your Supabase and authentication as well. Now if I go back to the Supabase, here under the authentication you will see the user which I sign in, and I sign in with the email, so it shows that one as well when I sign in. Then inside the table editor, under the profile you will see the user information which is sign in. Pretty cool, right? And you will get all the information, and that's what we inform to the cursor what we want, and accordingly it's implemented. Pretty cool. So that's how guys you have to implement this Supabase and authentication along with the database, so that we can use it throughout the app. Now you have option to update the UI UX design as well. You can select different model like GPT, which gave a very good UI UX design, or even Claude Opus as well. It's totally up to you. Now it's time to implement the tab layout along with the homepage layout. If you see on this note and this mockup design, obviously I generated with the help of some design idea which I found on the internet. You can use the Pinterest to find the UI UX mockup idea. Now on this home page, at the top you will see that you are showing some header section, an option to search the any new idea. Obviously here we are going to add an AI agent, so you can just enter it and it will start chatting with an AI model. Then you will see this my plan section, where whenever you add or create any new trip, that trip will display on this my plan section. We also have the explore section, where you can explore more travel options which is generated by our application automatically. Then the most important, we want to add up this bottom tab navigation like home, my trip, profile, right? So that you can simply switch between these different tabs. And these are some 3 main tabs, and there why we are using this tab, all the details are showing inside this note. Okay, so that's overall home page layout for our application. Now when you enter the prompt, we are also going to attach the mockup for it, which I already added inside this document. See this top section. So let's go ahead inside the cursor, and very first thing we are going to do is to create a new session. So over here I will just add a new session. We will increase the size and simply start entering. So we are going to simply add, let's implement tab layout with 3 tab options, home, then we want my trips and profile. Use lucid icons for all icons which we are, or we will just say we use lucid icon library. Okay, then implement home page layout as per attached mockup design. Okay, so we are going to attach the mockup design, and as per that we also want to add the home page layout. Make sure to implement proper UI UX as per mockup, and I think that's all we needed. Obviously once it implemented, we'll test it, and based on the generated design, if there is any changes needed, we need to make sure we'll do that. Now make sure you will select the proper model. So in this case I will select the GPT 5.5, which give a better UI UX design. It's totally up to which model and what kind of design you need it, right? But if you click on this add model, you have option to add different model as well. So you can just enable the model and it will show that model inside this model picker. Okay, but if you want to use cursor grok, that is also very fast and very high effort model, so you can use that one as well. It's totally up to you. Then I already have this screenshot. I will copy that and then make sure to paste it so it will get attached. See, something like this. Okay, and then simply send this. Now you just need to wait for the proper implementation. As we are using the Lucid icon, I just want to show what is Lucid icon library. Now this Lucid icon library is very powerful, very popular library and very lightweight and easy to use it inside your React Native and many other framework as well. So you can search whichever icon you want and then you will see this example how to use it and everything. But when you tell to the AI agent, then it will take care about this icon and everything automatically. So you don't need to worry about that. Now once it runs, you will see the design, right? Currently it just added this placeholder. It did not generate any images. Also it just added this map placeholder and some information. Now let's update few things one by one. Let's start with the top section. We want to replace this with the actual images. So for that one, I already have the images ready. So I will just copy all of this image. I will put that inside the assets folder. The link is in the description so that you can check that out. And inside the file explorer, so we'll go to the file and make sure to put that inside the assets folder. So either you can create a new folder called scenes, then click create, and inside this scene folder, so let me refresh this. I think it did not get created some reason. Oh, it's showing already have, but it's not updating. Let me close this and start again. Oh, so it's inside this. So let's move this inside the assets folder and then we'll paste all of these images which we copied. Okay, so make sure to copy that and then simply paste inside this scenes folder. I think it's not getting copied directly. So in that case, you can simply reveal inside the finder and then paste it here. Okay, now you will see all of these files are available. Now you can simply mention that. So over here we'll say now for image placeholder use scenes or use images from assets / scenes folder to replace all images on home page. Okay, and then hit enter. Now you can always compare our mockup design how it looks and make sure it's similar way. It will also update our images as well. Now once user click on it, obviously we want to open a chart section where user can start chart, start planning a trip and all of this information. Okay, and that's the reason we added this particular section. And now if you see, we have the proper result. Pretty cool, right? So whatever the image we uploaded, now it's showing at the top section. And then we have my plan section as well, where you will see this list. Now once you have this top section updated, now let's check what things we need to update under this my plan or under this particular section. Now if I click on the explorer, this explorer doesn't work, or even this drop down does not work. Okay, but make sure we also want to change few things on this inside this card. So over here I will just make sure to open, so it will be easy for us to verify. So we can just say update my plan and explore section. Explore section is not clickable. Then under my plan trip card, remove amount text, then places text and replace that with how many days trip. Okay, so that is I think good thing I will say, instead of showing the actual amount and all, right? Because it's hard to calculate the amount. Okay, and I think category we can keep it, or if you want you can remove the category section. Here we'll say remove category section and replace that with progress bar. Later on we will connect progress bar with planning to do list. Okay, so I think that's all we needed. Also drop down or all planned, here we'll say also all plans and active drop down not working, remove active drop down. So we also don't want this particular active drop down, so we'll just use all plan, and inside that that drop down we'll update it. But other than that I think everything's look good. You can go to the my trip because it's also already added this my trip section. Here we have plus icon, but obviously it's not workable. And then we have profile section. Later on we are going to update that too. Okay, but for now let's focus on the home page layout and let's send this. Now whenever you create any page, right, make sure that page is functional, at least the UI things, because right now we are more focusing on the UI part in this chapter, and later on we are going to connect with the actual data. Okay, once we fix with the UI UX, and once it is implemented you will see the result. Now it is changed with this number of days and planning progress. Now this explore section is also clickable, where you can explore different option. We'll implement this explore section later on. Right now it just updated with a placeholder, and this all plan is now updated with this beautiful drop down. Pretty cool, right? So that's what we are looking for. I think this is pretty good. Now next thing we want to update is we want to replace this with the actual data. So obviously this is just a placeholder. So here we'll say now replace my plan with actual data. So add empty state when there is no trip added under my plan. Also add option in empty state to add / create new trip plan. Okay, so we just want to replace this empty state with the actual information. And here we'll also add very important things. Make sure to create reusable components for each smaller section of page, so we can use anywhere, and update that inside agents.md file. Now every time when you implement anything, right, it always update our agent.md file as well. Okay, so that is very important thing. If you see, it's updated the agent.md file as well. And let's send this particular thing. Now we are just making sure we don't want this placeholder and we want to replace with the actual data. That's what we inform to the AI agent. Okay, because that is very important, otherwise you will get lost, and we want to implement each thing step by step. And once it is implemented, you will see this empty state. Pretty nice, right? And then obviously you have option to create a new trip plan and then many other things. Perfect. So that's all. Obviously you can also update my trip section, but we'll implement later on. Now next we are focusing on explore section as well, because we want to update the explore section. And if you have any doubts how and what are the things we can implement inside the explore, we can ask cursor that what are the things we can add it. But for now make sure your tab layout is implemented, home page is also implemented. Now I just saw that our tab layout is not properly set. Okay, so if you see there are some padding and all, and then we need to fix this. So we can simply say let's fix tab layout. There are some styling issue, So let's fix tab layout and make it floating tab. So it will be like floating tab layout, and let's hit enter. So it will update this layout with a nice proper styling. So we'll wait for this particular fix. So these small things are really important to fix it before actually connecting your application with a real data. Otherwise it will be hard to fix. Later on AI agent also get confused, and that's the reason I am implementing the layout first, and then we are connecting with the actual data. And now if you see, we have this floating tab layout as well. Okay, so make sure to fix tab layout if it's not properly styled, and then you can just inform to the cursor that to update the design whichever style you want, and then it will fix it for you. Now in this chapter we are going to add a feature called add new trip. Now once user click on add new trip button, then we are going to navigate to the new page where user have option to add a title for the trip, then source destination, and then how many days our trip is. User have option to upload the image for that trip, or automatically AI will generate the image or banner for that trip and description if you want, and then they will just save the information. Okay, so inside this note you will see all these points that we are going to add inside our app. Now just one important thing want to tell you, that we are also going to add a feature to generate using an AI. But obviously there are many times you already have the trip ready, you know where to go, right? You just need to add that trip inside your application so that you can plan for the itinerary, you can plan for the booking, you can save the details, and it will help us to move faster. Okay, all the trip information will be inside this application, and that's the reason we are adding this option called add new trip. Okay, so user can easily add, and if user don't want to talk with AI, that's completely fine. So on the click of this create new trip plan, we want to open this page. So let's go ahead inside the cursor, and I will create a new session, and here we can just simply say on click create new trip plan button, navigate to new page where user will add new trip by entering trip name, source, destination, and destination, then start, or we'll just say start date and end date. After that we also want to add image or banner. Here we say image upload or AI image generation based on destination, description which is optional. Okay, so all of this information we want in the form. Now actual functionality, how we supposed to work. On click save button, make sure to save user uploaded or AI generated image to Supabase storage, because we want to save that image, right? And then also save all information to table. Okay, so whichever user is login, it will save that record with that user's information, right? So all the trip added by that user, it will save inside the table, and that's what we basically mention over here. Okay, also for a start date and end date, here we say use date picker for start and end date. Okay, because we want that specifically mentioned. I think that's pretty much. We'll also use cursor API for image generation, and then simply hit enter. Now I will keep this. You can switch this to any model whichever you like. So let's go with this cursor model. Now remember one more thing, if you go to this your plan and setting section, you will see how much percentage you already use. Okay, you can also see how much API you use it, how much total usage you use, right? Everything you will find inside this particular section. Now I will just select this cursor, and cursor will consider as its own, but if you are using any other like GPT or something else, so it will consider under the API section. Now let's send this one, and then we'll wait for the implementation. Now on the click of the button, it will navigate to the new screen, and then you will see the proper form in order to fill up that information, and that trip will display under this my plan.
A few moments later.
Now once it is implemented, there is a quick update that the cursor has no public image generation API for app, so it will use a destination based AI image generation and wire that to the create trip flow with the Supabase storage and trip table. Okay, so I am also not sure what is destination based AI image generation, but the important thing is it's saying that okay, it's an optional thing, but you can add the cursor API key inside the .env file. And here again it say that cursor does not expose a public image generation REST endpoint for mobile app, okay, only in IDE. So that we need to update it, and we need to use some other AI model for the image generation. But before that, we need to run this SQL migration script, okay, which is this one. So just click on it. Let me click on it, and we'll copy this script as it is. Then we'll go to the Supabase, go to the SQL query editor, and simply paste the query which you copied, okay, and then click run the query. So basically it will create a new table, it will also create a storage bucket and everything for us. So first, if you go to the table editor, you will see a new table called trips. Also, if you go to the storage, it will create a trip images as a new storage where you can store all the images, okay, and it has a policy as well added, so no one can easily access it until you authenticate to our app. Now instead of using the cursor API for the image generation, we will use other AI model, which I will show you in a moment. But before that, whatever is implemented, let's test this out. Now many times if you are running your application through the cursor, right, make sure to reload your application, okay, it's a better, so that you will get updated changes, okay, otherwise you can directly run inside the terminal. And then here I will open inside my phone, and then if I click on create new trip, you will see this form where you can enter the trip name, then the source, destination, the start and end date, where you can pick the date and end date as well, so that's cool. You have option to upload the image, okay, so you can click on image upload, and then you can simply upload the image, whichever image you want, and then once you select, it will get uploaded. You also have option to do the AI generate image, okay, so AI will help us to generate the image as well, and then you can simply scroll down and save this particular trip. But before that, let's add a new things. So for the image generation, we can use Google's Gemini AI model, okay, so simply go to the aistudio.google.com. Google Gemini will give you a free trial with the AI image generation with the Gemini's model. So if I go over here and click on images, you will see a nano banana, okay, you can select this light model, that's completely fine. And once you select it, you can click on this get code section, make sure to select TypeScript, and then simply copy that. Then go back to the cursor, and here we can say let's use Gemini's nano or Gemini API for AI image generation, and here is our code, okay, and simply paste this code. So obviously it will basically use a Google Gen AI model, AI SDK, and then we need to provide a Gemini API key. But right now let's send this, and then you just need to wait for this implementation. So you don't need to add a cursor API because right now we are using a Gemini's Nano Banana image generation model. Okay. Now in meantime, I will show you how to generate the API key. Okay. So once you are on the aistudio.google.com, click on this get API key, and here you have option to create a new API key. Okay. Give the API key name, and then once it's generated, you can simply copy that API key. Now here if you see, once it is implemented, it's asking us to add the Gemini API key. So copy this, then we'll go to the .env file. So under the files, just simply navigate to the .env. Let's expand this little bit. I will close this one, and then below that we'll add this Gemini API key. Okay. So as I show you, you just need to go to this section and copy this API key, and then simply paste it here. Now when you restart your application, you might see this error, right? So in that case, you don't need to panic, simply copy this error and then paste it to the AI agent, and AI agent will take care of this. So we'll paste it here, and obviously this big error, so simply send this. So basically this error came because the package or SDK which is installed, right, it might not supportable, but if you see, it uses this Expo file system with FS and buffer, so maybe because of that one. But let's wait and let AI fix this particular issue, and once it fix it, you just reload and then it's good to go. Okay. And also make sure whenever you update your .env file, it should reload your or restart your application. It's very important. Now if I click on create new trip, add the trip name, let's say you want to go to the New York trip, then you can add a source, the destination, then you can select the date. Okay, so I will select this date only. Then you can either upload the image or generate the AI image. So right now it's saying image generation failed, minimal is not supported, thinking level of this model, allow value and high, blah blah blah. Okay, so make sure inside the terminal, if you see any error, then make sure to copy that. But in this case, if I click on AI image generation, this minimal is not supported because inside the config it might have the issue. So we'll say just minimal is not supported, thinking level of this model error when generating image using Gemini, and let's send it. So basically let me show you where this error comes from. So when we click on get code, right, and here if you see this thinking level, it's showing minimal. Okay, but right now it's not supported by that particular model. So I don't know why it's still showing, but maybe there is some other reason. I don't know why it's not supporting, and then that's the reason it's giving this error. So sometimes better you can simply remove it. Okay, so let's go ahead and test this out. Maybe we need to restart our application, I'm not sure, but I think it's look like, if you see, it's generating, and boom, if you see, AI generated image within a few seconds. Pretty cool, right? And then simply you can save this trip. Okay, and it's saying your trip is now saved, and then you can come back. Now over here, once the trip is saved, you can confirm by going to the Supabase. So I will go to the Supabase table editor and go to the trips, and you will see this trip added, the name of the trip, source, destination, start and end date, the image URL. Now this image URL, obviously it's saved to our storage. I will show you that where it's actually stored. Then you will see the image path and all the information. Now if I go to the storage and inside the trip images, over here you will see this image, the one which is generated. See, perfect, right? So that's how it generate the image and also save it to our Supabase storage. That's good. Now question is how to show it on the screen, right? Now yeah, sometimes if you reload your application, then it might fetch it, but in this case if you see, it's still not fetching it because we did not inform to the AI that we want to show that added trip under the my plan. So you can simply say show all trip added by user under my plan section on home screen with proper details. Okay, I think that's all we needed because we already have the component ready for it. We just need to show the added trip and then simply send it. And that's how easy it is, right? We simply inform AI what we needed. We make sure to that it's working, and then we are just fixing the thing if it's not working, and then we are getting the result which we want. And if you see, once it is implemented the requested change, you will see the result. Now currently this is an ongoing trip, so that's the reason you might not see that progress bar, but it show the source, destination and the trip date. Okay, and along with the image which we generated. Pretty cool, right? And you will see that ongoing trip under the my plan. Now if you add any trip which is a future trip, then you will might see the card little bit different way. So let me add a new trip. So we have option here, we'll say California and let's say Charlotte to San Jose. Now I will add some future date. Okay, and here we'll change this date as well. So I added for October. Now you can upload the image, or I will use AI to generate the image based on the destination. And if you see, the destination is San Jose and it generated that image. And now you can simply save this trip. Now once the trip is saved, you can navigate, and then here you will see the California and upcoming trip. Now it look like it's little bit change our card because it's not showing progress. So you can just simply say inside trip card under my trip show progress bar for planning to do list. Okay, which we will connect later on, but add that progress bar. So it gives some visualization about how much plan you completed and all the details, right? So that's pretty cool feature. But right now if you see, the planning progress and everything now is get added. Perfect. And you will see it's immediately refresh your application. You don't need to even reload manually or anything like that. And now you have the upcoming trip, the ongoing trip, and you can on the click you can see the detail. Obviously the detail feature is not yet implemented, but for now make sure you are able to add the trip manually. You are able to save it, you are generating the images, which is very important feature of this application, and because later on we are going to add a lot of different features. Now it's time to implement the trip detail layout. Now inside this, basically when user click on any trip, it will navigate to that page where we are showing the trip detail. If you see inside this node and the mockup design, how it actually organized, right? So at the top you will see the trip basic information when it start with this banner and all. After that we have the tab for the itinerary, bookings, packing and photos, right? User can switch between those sections. Now under the itinerary it will show the proper timeline wise destination for the day 1, day 2, day 3 and all the details. For a booking, if you see, we have this tab, right? So for booking obviously we have the flight booking, car rental, hotels, extra, right? It will show all the details and user have an option to add the flight details information, car rental information and many other details. It helps us user to find the information quickly, right? Then we have packing where user want to pack the bag, right? So they can add a to-do list, and whichever item need to take, they can just add that item in their bag, and we will show the checkbox kind of thing, so user can mark it as a check or uncheck. And then photo section in order to share the photo with the family members. So that's overall the design of this mockup, and inside this node I already explained each of the detail with the specific points and all, right? So over here, if you see, we also going to add the inline option to add the flight information or activity information. So that we'll implement, but first let's implement this trip detail layout. So on the click, we want to open that new page. So let's create a new session, and then inside that we are going to add it. So over here we'll simply say on click any trip, navigate to new page to view trip detail. Okay, now it is very important to explain each small thing. For example, what you want at the top, the tab, and how you want to show a specific layout thing, right? So that also you can mention, or the another way to do it, you can simply if you have mockup design, right, you can attach that mockup design as well. But if you don't have any, then it's better you can explain everything. So over here we'll say so navigate to the new page for to view the trip detail. On that new trip detail page layout, on top show trip banner, and on top of it, on image or on banner image, we'll say banner image, show some basic trip detail info like trip title, source destination, and travel dates, travel date. Then below that show a tab bar for, then we need to give the name itinerary. Oh wait, just a second. So we need to show itinerary first. Then we want to show booking, packing, photos. Okay, under booking, or we'll say under itinerary, show day wise and with proper timeline style with date, location, and time. Under booking, show tabs or switch for flight, car, then hotels, extras. If you have any tickets thing, you can add that extras, or we can say tickets. Okay, we don't want to add too much. And under packing, we want to add to do list with check box to add to do items for packing. And for photos, we'll implement later on. Okay, so that's what we want. Now I think that's pretty much all. Now here we'll say in each section we want to give an option to add each detail. Okay, with inline data inline data form. Okay, I think that's what we can mention, but I think this is all we needed. I know this prompt is bigger, but it is very important to mention each small detail. Obviously, once you send it later on, we can also update that. Now, another interesting fact about this, you can switch this to a plan mode. Okay, so now if I switch this to a plan mode, before implementation, it will give you the proper plan, and you can edit that plan if you are not happy. But once you are happy with the plan, then we can start implementation. Okay, so let's try this plan mode with this cursor, and then let's send this. Now if you see, we send a plan mode, and now we'll wait for the proper implementation, and then we'll test this out. So while generating the plan, it asks one question: should itinerary, booking, packing item persist in Supabase, or we want on UI? Obviously, we want to save in Supabase so that user can access anytime, right? And so we just say, or you can simply copy this and we'll add persist in Supabase. Okay, and now we'll wait. And now if you see, it's generating the proper plan. Currently it's still updating the plan, but at the top you will see the trip detail page, the scope. So on the tab and my plan trip card, it will go to the trip detail page on the banner with the overlay with the title, source destination, travel dates. So whatever we show, it added in that particular scope. Then the proper navigation, the data model. Okay, so obviously we need to update the SQL with the new changes, so that also it covered it. Then what things will update on the client side, and you will see the beautiful proper architectural diagram for this particular implementation. Okay, and how it actually navigated. And if you see, once we have the trip information, then it will show banner with overlay, the booking information, then we have the day by day timeline, the flight, car booking, and other things. Pretty cool, right? And you will see all of this info. Now they are already noted these 8 to do tasks, and it will implement each one by one. Okay, so once you are happy with this implementation plan, then you can say either you have option to build in cloud, so you can just start building cloud, turn off your laptop, but it still build it for you and implement this feature, or you can say build locally. Obviously we are implementing on your local system, so we'll say build locally and we'll start this implementation with an AI agent. Okay, and here you can keep track of the to-do list as well. So basically it starts with the first task, adding a Supabase migration for the itinerary, booking, packaging table and RLS, and then it will go and execute it one by one. And that's how the cursor AI agent works. Okay, and obviously you can use whichever favorite model you want. Currently I'm using cursor Grok 4.5 because which is highest and with a high effort model, and which we can use composer or any other AI model as well.
A few moments later.
And once it is implemented, you will see all the details. Right now obviously it mentioned that your action, we need to run the migration in the Supabase SQL editor before testing this particular feature. Okay, so here is the migration script. Just click on it, it will open on the inside the tab. Just let me click on the correct one, and then simply copy everything as it is. So this is the trip detail, so I will copy this script or query and then go back to the Supabase. Inside the Supabase SQL editor, you can simply paste it here and then click run query. Once it run, it will create a new table and will verify by going to the table editor, and then you will see a trip booking, itinerary items or packing items as well. Okay, so that's how you have to make sure to run this migration script. Now next, let's test this out. So we'll go over here. Now simply click on any of these. So if I click over here, then it navigate to this detail option where you will see the banner, the trip title, where it goes from, right, the date as well, and then you will see this 4 tab: itinerary, booking, packing and photos. Okay, now you have option to add a day by day itinerary or booking as well. If you just click on add flight details, you will see an option to add a flight information, the flight number and other detail as well. Now if you want to add car information, you will see it automatically change the form. It does not keep the same form throughout. And same with the hotel. If you want to add a hotel, you will see the hotel info. Okay, and then we have the ticket or extra section. Then inside the itinerary, you will see an add stop, the day by day where you want to visit. Let's say this is California, we'll say to visit a Big Sur, right? Then again I will add the same name, Big Sur. travel to Big Sur. Then what is the start time, what is the end time. Okay, now inside the end time maybe we need to add a date and time picker properly, and then at the end simply say save stop. Okay, and once you save stop, obviously if you see this time I am showing something not correct, maybe we need to test with the actual device. But over here you will see an option on Friday what we are doing, on Saturday what we are doing, something like this, and you will see the timeline time by time proper itinerary as well. Okay, now few things we need to fix, the one which we already saw. Okay, right now if you see it's showing this, but we want to show a proper day by day itinerary. Booking, I think everything will work properly. I don't think there will be any issue. Okay, you can just add that info. For packing as well, you can add item over here. For example, you want to take a camera, right? Just click on it and then it will add that camera. If you want to get a 5 t-shirts, you want to pack it, right? Just click on it, and whenever you pack that, just click, and then it means that is completed or you already put it in your bag. Obviously photo section, it's a coming soon feature, so we in the phase 1 will not add, but right now this day by day plan looks much better, right? And again you can add more information. So right now the day or start end time is not working properly, right? So it's showing that, but it's showing behind this particular card, see, right? So that we need to fix it. So over here we'll just simply mention inside day by day plan inline form, date picker and time picker is going behind the card and not visible and not able to select. Fix it. Okay, also we want to show the date wise option, so here also we will say also show date switch slash dates to select itinerary for that date under itinerary tab. Okay, so that also we want to update it, so that's what we mentioned. And once it added that fixes, you will see now we have this proper date wise option, right? Then you also have option to add a stop, and let's test this out. So over here we'll see now you can easily pick the time, right? The end time, let's select something, then I don't know the location, but let's say highway 1, I don't know what is this, but let's add something. Then if you want to add any note, you can add, and then simply say save stop. Okay, and then it will automatically add based on the timing, because first on October 2 you need to go to the travel to Big Sur, then we have to go to the highway 1, like this, and you will see this beautiful timeline section as well. Then on Saturday 3rd, what you want to add, you can add that on Saturday 3rd as well. Obviously from this form you can switch the time and all, it's totally allowable. And that's how you have to add this form section. Pretty cool, right? Now there might be a case that you don't know itinerary and you want to create one. Okay, you don't need to you don't know the location, you don't know anything. In that case, our app's AI agent will help you to create itinerary using an AI. Pretty cool, right? That's what we are going to implement next. But for now, make sure you have all the things ready, okay, so that it will be easy for you to implement. Now this particular UI which we have, right, you can update it as per your need. It's look more professional way, but you can make it little bit coziness, you can add some cozy effects and lot of other things. So I will pause the video and I'm gonna update this design little bit. Okay, if you want I will add the prompt as well to update it, but for now it's look much interesting, much better with all the features which we want is already inside our application. The only thing I'm really looking to update is the application font, okay, because right now the font is using just one font, and we can ask AI agent which font we need to update it, right? So what we can do, we can just simply start a new session, and then we can ask, suggest me some good application or a good font for our app so that we can apply, okay, and then let's hit enter because I don't think we need anything else, but AI will help us to get the forms and everything. Right now if you see, it already gave the detail which font is best one. Obviously this outfit is one of my favorite font, okay. So here we have outfit, mandrope, DM SAS and many others, so you can select whichever you like. So let's go with the I will say outfit font. So we'll say let's update app with outfit font and then hit enter. I think this look much better now with this particular font, okay, because it's updated with this outfit. Now it's time to implement an AI agent chat page where you can talk with an AI agent. Obviously, this agent has a lot of different features to help us with our trip. Now, the main feature for this AI agent chat app is to chat with an AI agent. You can ask any question related to your trip. It will help us to generate AI trip plan. Then you will also get a streaming response. Then you have UI based answer with the cards. So we are going to add a generative UI so that whenever AI answer it, it will answer in the proper way. You have option to select instead of writing it. A smart follow-up suggestion, so you will get suggestion like this, see the best time to visit, or you will get suggestion based on what AI agent responds for you. You also have an option to create a new trip from the chat, and then you can update the existing trip details as well. So all of these feature we are going to add. Now the question is what user can ask, okay. User can ask for, let's plan for a 5-day Tokyo trip, find places for day 2 or something like this, and then it will give you a proper suggestion for you based on your existing data. It will not give you the existing places which you already added in your plan, right? The generative UI is very important, and that's why we want to give this generative UI thing. Then smart follow question, when you ask something, right, AI ask a follow-up and suggestion, give you suggestion, and you can select that from the list, something like this. Then we have the use cases like new trip creation, existing trip improvement, question answer, travel assistant, and some UI designing notes which also added inside this handwritten notes as well. So you can get access to this for free. Now let's implement it in step-by-step way, okay. So whatever we just discussed along with the main feature, we have to make sure we'll add it inside our prompt. So I will go over here and I will create a new prompt. Inside this we'll simply add, let's add AI agent chat page. When user click on home page, input prompt box, the top section one, then allow, or we'll say then navigate user to chat page where user can chat with AI agent. Now in this case we need an API to connect with the AI agent, as we already have the cursor subscription, right? So that we are using a cursor API for it, but you can use anything, okay, whichever you like it. So here we'll say we'll use cursor API for our AI agent. This AI agent help us to give or give answer to any user's question based on existing trip information or user want to create new, AI agent can help there as well. Now obviously we'll implement some basic thing first, and then we're gonna improve it step by step. So here we are also going to add now, also I want to implement streaming response from AI and generative UI response as well. Okay, make sure to add smart suggestion when AI answer and request for user input. Okay, so we'll get the smart suggestion that also it will display it. I think the basic thing we already added, that's pretty much we have. Okay, now here we are also going to add few things. Now if you see inside our mockup, right at the top, first you can have option to select for which trip you want to talk about, otherwise you have option to create a new trip as well. Okay, so that also very important. Inside chart page at top, user has option to select trip, or we'll say select active/upcoming trip from drop down, so that user can chart about that trip with AI agent, but also add an option to create new here we'll say create new chart, create new trip from scratch, and based on user response make sure to add option to create record, or we'll say add option to save information to database as well, to database. Okay, I think that's pretty much. Let's see what it comes with, what the implementation it comes with, instead of just adding a lot of things inside one prompt. Okay, now you can select the whichever model you like. We have Grok 4.5, Composer 2.5, or you can select any other model. Now before executing it, right, you can change this to a plan mode, because this is a big implementation, and I will make sure that I selected the plan mode and then send it. So I will send this. Now we'll wait for the implementation. In meantime, I want to show you can even track all the usage and many other information from this setting. So simply click on this setting icon, and then you can go to the plan and usage, and here if you see, now you already have used a 6% only, right? And here we have the API thing. Now API which belong to, you can use a ChatGPT, Cursor, or many others API, right? And in your plan it comes with a $20 of credit along with the Cursor, and that's why it's pretty useful. Means within my budget I'm getting over double amount of API AI models usage. Right now I'm using a $20 model, but in India it's just 649 rupees per month, which I already show you, right? And everything you can manage from this setting option. Now over here if you see, our plan is generating, but right now we have one question. So it's saying Cursor API versus travel chart. So it's saying Cursor agent API is built for coding agent against a Git report, not mobile trip question answer. There is no OpenAI style that chart endpoint, right? So it's saying that you already have Gemini. Do you want to use that? So we'll go with a Gemini if you want, or you can use a Cursor API, and I can show you how to do it. Okay, so just comment down in the comment section, and so that I can help you and give you a proper documentation for this one. But right now it suggests us let's use a Gemini API. Then for a generative UI response, which do you want? Rich in a chart card like trip summary, day itinerary, something like this, or we'll say full dynamic screen layout generated by AI, or mostly streaming markdown plus suggestion chip. So we'll go with the first option. Okay, and here it will also suggest how you can answer it. So we'll say for a first question we'll go with the A, and for a second question again we'll go with A, and then simply hit enter. So make sure with this plan, right, our AI agent will understand it. It will ask any question and it will not implement anything randomly before your confirmation. And now if you see, once the plan is ready, you can see on the right side. So here we have some decision log, the architecture, how it actually works, how AI model will connect with each other, and as well as obviously Supabase will play important role because we are going to save information, right? So that is another thing. Then we have the navigation home wiring, so how it connect with the home screen along with the chart UI. Then we have chart screen UI. On the top bar, if you see, we have back button, trip drop down, and extra option to create a new trip. Then inside the body, it will show the message list, streaming assistant button, and rich card and suggestion chips as well. And then at the bottom, we have the text input to send and enter the message. Then the streaming protocol, how the streaming works, the edge function, okay, for a Supabase to save information. And again, we have the save to database, what are the things can save into a database. So that's pretty much, and I think this particular plan looks good to me. Obviously later on we can make the change if we need, but right now we'll go with this plan, and then here we'll simply say build locally.
A few moments later.
So right now, once it is implemented, if you see what are the things, it's updated, right? And where your page is, so we have the chart route, and inside that we added this chart page. Now there are a few things that we need to do it. Currently it's saying that you still need to deploy edge function, and this edge function will be inside the Supabase section. Now you have option whether you want to keep it or you just want to put some alternative to your application. It's totally up to you, but we can use the edge function, which help us a lot. So it's saying this Supabase project isn't available to the MCP account here, so deploy locally. So you can log into the Supabase, and then you can simply link your project, you can attach that with a project reference, and then it will set the Gemini API key and it will deploy this trip chart edge function. Okay, so in order to do it, simply copy this line one by one. Then we'll open a new terminal, and then we're gonna simply paste it here. So first, now for some reason I'm not able to paste, so even though if I copy and try it, it's not pasting. So another option is simply open the project folder you just created this project and open terminal at that folder. So over here I will open a terminal. If you are using Windows, then make sure to open a command prompt at that folder, and then you can simply paste this, or you can even deploy paste everything all together. Right now it's saying okay, pass error. Let's execute this one by one, and right now obviously it will ask to log in first. We'll proceed, and then it might navigate you to the browser to sign in. Okay, if you already sign in before, then it will not ask you to sign in again. So it's saying hello from Supabase, press enter to open a browser. So we'll enter it, and then it will simply authorize our Supabase account. So we'll say copy this code. I think we need to add this code in CLI, so we'll paste it here and then hit enter. Okay, and now it's saying you are login. Perfect. After that, we'll go over here again, and the next thing we need to do is to link our project. Okay, so our CLI know okay which project we are connecting, so we'll say yes to proceed again, and then it's executing, and then if you see it's saying finish Supabase link. After that, you have to set this Gemini key. So you have to copy the same Gemini key from the .env. So make sure to copy this half, and then you have to paste your actual Gemini key. Now you can get this Gemini key from the file explorer. So if I go to the file inside the .env, we already have this Gemini API key. I will just copy that, and once you set it, last thing, just need to deploy your function. Okay, so it will deploy your edge function to the Supabase, and once you say proceed, then it will just push that changes. So right now if you see, it look like it's deployed that particular function, and you can verify by going to the Supabase, and then here you will see edge function, and you will see this edge function as well. Perfect, right? So your add function is deployed and now you are ready to test. So I will suggest with these new changes and all, right, I will restart my application which is already running, or you can simply reload the application instead of restart, and now it's ready. Now if I click on this ask me here, it will navigate to this new page if you see, and now you have option whether you want to create a new trip or you can select the existing trip and then you can ask the any question which you want. Okay, now you will say over here suggest some places and then simply send it. And right now it's saying thinking. Now sometimes if you did not return any result, if you see it's saying no response stream from chat service, right, then you have to make sure to fix your AI model. So in this case we don't know what is the issue or any error, right? So you can simply ask AI agent. So let me close this, and here we'll say not generating any AI response or streaming response, it fails, and we'll say fix it. Now another interesting thing, you can even debug it before start implementing. So you can have the root cause why it's happening. You can ask ask directly through this debug, or you can directly tell AI agent and AI agent will first debug it and then immediately start implementing. Now talking about the MCP server, if you see we already have the Supabase enabled, and if I open that, you can even connect your own MCP server and you can even sign into the Supabase as well. Okay, so it's totally up to you how you want to handle the MCP server. So there is a issue, I don't know why, and it's saying that okay, it's trying to chat directly with the Gemini and it's still not detecting the Supabase edge function. Maybe we did not restart our application, we just reload it. Okay, but let me try it again and we'll say whether it's working or not. And if you see, it's working. Okay, so let's try with a new, and I will go to this chat section. Over here obviously we'll ask, let's say suggest, or let me see whether we selected this one, so we'll say suggest some places to visit. Okay, and let's send this one, and obviously it will take few seconds because it's a big information. And if you see now it's saying okay, absolutely your trip already includes some time in Big Sur Highway 1, which is fantastic, but here are few things more. Okay, so now if you see it's saying would you like to explore any of these in the more, right? So you can have option, let's say add San Francisco to my itinerary. If I add that, let's say it's really adding that or not, right? So over here if you see it, we got the response, great idea, San Francisco is a fantastic addition since your trip is from October 2 to October 8. So how can we set up this one? And you have option whether you want to save this itinerary or not. Okay, so here we have an option like visit the Golden Gate, explore Fisherman Wharf and Pier 39 and ride a cable car. And then if you click on save itinerary, it will save to your trip information. So if I go back and go to this itinerary, and if you click on some other dates, I don't see it getting saved. Okay, it's getting saved, see, on October 6th. So it's added a Golden Gate, the Fisherman and many other things. Perfect, right? And obviously you have option to edit those as well. If you don't want, you can simply delete it. Pretty cool, right? So it means our chart is working and also getting saved. Now you can ask more question. Okay, you can if you want, you can add a new trip as well. Now inside this you can ask more question. Obviously on this one I cannot scroll it, so it's saying add another activity to San Francisco, and in this case we can select the date. So here we'll say let's add for 4th October, and let's send this. And now if you see it's updated to 4th October. Now you have option to add to the 4th October or not, and then we'll save itinerary, and then it will save it to the October 4th. Okay, Now let's try with creating a new trip. So if you click on create new trip, if you see the history is gone, okay, and now you have option to plan a trip. So we'll say plan trip for Chicago. We'll say for Chicago, okay, and then let's send this one. Now it will give you the proper details that help to perfect trip for. Could you tell me when you want to go, how many days, and what are the things. Right now if you see, it's trying to give us a markdown response, right? But we want a little bit in a formatted way, and this markdown response is not really formatted, so we can fix it. So we can simply say let's show proper markdown style formatted AI response, and make sure use generative UI whenever possible, and we can simply say like this, okay? We don't need to add too much detail, but once you send, then we'll get a proper markdown formatted response for this as well. And now once it is implemented, now you will see proper formatted data. Pretty cool, right? Now you can select the option that I am thinking of 3-day trip in a late September, and then it will give you the response as well. And boom, if you see, we have this beautiful generative response. Now it gave a proper itinerary for each day, okay? So for the first day, let me go up. So here is the trip draft first, okay? Your current location to Chicago, Illinois, 3-day trip. We'll say save this trip, okay? After this, it's still saving it, and obviously it will create a new record, save, okay? Now you have option to save itinerary, and in meantime it just disable this button, because obviously first step is to create a proper trip for us. Now you have option on arrival and architectural wonders as well, and now you can save for each day. Let's say you want to save this one, you can save for second day or third day. You totally have option. You can obviously update this, okay? If you don't want, you can just tell, okay, for this second day we want to change this or that, something like this, okay? And then once you save everything, it will show you under your trip plan. So if I go back, and here we have brand new trip for you called Chicago Gateway. If I click on it, then you will see a 3-day plan, and with a complete itinerary for Friday, for Saturday, for Sunday as well. You can use it. Obviously booking, it's not yet added, but you can add your booking. This is totally up to you, because we did not connect this to any booking site or something like that, but that is kind of a new enhancement inside your application, which you can implement in phase 2. But right now the main focus was to generate a trip plan for you, right, and get a proper detail with our AI agent as well. Now if I go back to the Chicago Gateway, and if you want to get at day by day itinerary, suggest hotel, so we'll say suggest hotel near the center, and then it will give you the hotel list as well. See, so it will say, okay, to ask question, would you like to explore booking one or this, or perhaps look at some other option. So I think look explore booking one of these, explore booking one of these, okay? So let's send this, and now it will just give you some idea. And if you see, it gave us the potential hotel booking option. So it's saying checking availability for Chicago Gateway, but you can ask for other as well. Let's say check availability for the Langham Hotel, and then you will see the detail. Perfect. So that's how it works. Obviously you can save this booking. You can tell AI agent to add a booking for that particular so here we'll say let's add hotel booking for JW Marriott downtown Chicago, okay? And if I enter it, it will think it, and then it will give you option to add or save this booking. So you don't need to even manually add this booking on yourself. And now if I go back to the booking, let's go to the hotel. I don't know whether it's saved or not, but I don't feel it really saved that hotel. Let me go back to the chart. So it look like it's saved, but somehow it's not showing. So we can verify by going to the database as well. So if I go to the table editor and trip booking, and if you see, it's showing the hotel is booked. See, booking type is hotel, JW Marriott Chicago for the Chicago trip. Okay, but for some reason the metadata is missing, I believe, and because of that one, maybe it's not showing inside the app. So let's test this out again. Okay, so for some reason it's not showing. So here we can say when from AI chart hotel information saved, it's not showing under trip detail. And then we can also say when I check database, then meta JSON, so we can call it as a meta column value missing for added record. Maybe that might be the reason, okay, because this value is missing, because all other is working fine, and only because of that value is missing, it might not displaying it. But right now if you see, this is working, we have the details, but let's wait and fix it. And now once it fix it, right, you can just go ahead and check it out. Now if you see for a hotel, you can see this hotel is added under this hotel section, right, with all the data. Perfect, and that's what we want. So you know that how you can book it directly through the AI agent. So that's how you have to add your AI agent. And if you see from our mockup, we actually implemented all of these feature, like main feature, what user can ask, AI response UI, a smart flow with a smart suggestion, what are the different use case, and obviously you can add more detail into this. Okay, obviously this is a very powerful feature to any trip planner application, and which we already added to our app as well. If you have any question, any doubt related to the AI agent which we add, let me know in the comment section. Now it's time to add one of the interesting feature, which is a family trip share section, where the idea is user can share the trip with the family so that they can edit any new itinerary or add a packaging to-do list and many other details. The same permission which the original user have, they can give it to the other user and they can see all the trip detail. So main idea is share the trip with the family from the trip detail page, show member count near the share icon, and then manage shared member easily. Okay. Now here, this is a mock-up. Obviously we are going to update little bit. This is just want to show the concept how it works. Now user can add a family member by the unique code, and this unique code it will generate automatically to each user and it will be available on the profile page. User can simply copy and enter that unique code and automatically it will get added under the family section, and user can share this trip detail with that family. As simple as that, right? So this is the flow. So user will the trip owner will tap the share button, then it will show the members if it's already added. Otherwise user have option to copy and share unique code, then it will join the family member and then that trip appears in their account as well, and both user can access the trip detail and the permission with the same permission which I told you, right? So that's what we are going to implement now inside our application, and this particular feature you will not find in any application, trust me. Okay, so this is the best feature you will find in our app which we are going to implement now. So let's go ahead and let's add that. So basically inside this prompt we are going to simply say let's implement family trip share feature. So inside trip detail page I want to add an option to share the trip with family members can be added using unique, maybe we can say 4 to 6 digit character and number code, and once it added, then trip detail will share with family members with all permissions. Okay, so that's overall idea is. After that, if you have any thing you want to mention, like where you want to add this feature, the location, everything, you can add that too. But now what we'll do, we'll change this to a plan mode, and then we are going to let cursor decide where we can add this particular feature and all. Now we also want to mention one more important thing, generate unique code to each user when user sign up very first time, and it will available in profile tab page. Okay, so that they can easily share it. Now one more important thing, once member added, then show that member list. So we don't need to add every time for other trip. Okay, so once it added, you don't need to add every time by that code. Once it added, it will display in the drop down list, user can check it, and like that, right? So let's now cursor decide with a plan. It will come with a plan, and then we'll decide whether you want to go with that plan or you want any changes. So you will just wait, and then once the plan is ready, then we'll start implementing it. Now once the plan is ready, you can walk through it. So this is the product model. We also have the proper architecture diagram, how it actually works, and it basically detect that okay, we want to share these particular members across a different trip as well. So that's good point. Now there are some database changes because it will generate a invite code. So it will add a new column under the profile section. Then it will create a new table called family members. The trips share as a new table as well. After that, if you scroll down little bit, then you will see the UI changes. Okay, so it will load a profile and show my invite code under the profile page. Then we have the family member list as well, and a small add by code field on the profile as well. Okay, now inside the trip detail, we have a share button on a trip detail banner where trip ID is matches with the user ID. Then we'll show that. So it will open a new sheet to share the trip. Okay, either user can select from the member, or we have add member input by invite code. So we have that option as well. So that's pretty good. There is a code generation nodes. So it will generate a character length of 4 maximum, and some out of scope question. I think pretty good. Whatever we want, I think it's completely note down in the plan as well. And once you are happy with the plan, simply start building it. That's pretty cool, right? Now the another interesting fact I want to tell you, you can run multiple agent with the cursor. That's true. So it means you can start another session, and you can start entering your own prompt in order to implement another page, right? But as this is a complete tutorial and I want to show it step by step, we are going executing and implementing one feature at a time instead of multiple at once. So that is another interesting feature with the cursor. Now once it is implemented, you will see the what are the things are implemented. So it will get the invite code, then the family list, trip share option, and share trip section as well. Now the key file, obviously we need to copy the query from this migration script, which is from inside the .sql file, and then we need to put it inside Supabase, so it will create all the tables. Okay, so what we'll do now, just click on this particular query, and let me open that. So this is a query, we'll copy everything as it is, then we'll go to the Supabase, and inside the Supabase, inside the table editor, not table editor, inside the SQL editor, simply paste your query and then click run. Once you run the query, it will add few table. Right now it's saying the column reference ID is ambiguous. Okay, so let's go ahead and let me check this is the correct one which we copied. So in this case, what we can do, let's try it again one more time. And if you get the same error, then you can simply notify this error to Supabase. Okay, and here we'll say SQL query error and then hit enter. So it will update the query, it will fix this issue, and then it will again finish it, and then we can simply copy that and paste it inside the Supabase. Now the interesting fact is the source code which I'm going to share with you. You can simply copy whatever SQL script you have or inside this migration folder, and then you can run all the query at once so that it will be ready for you. Okay, but it is very important when the implementation is completed, you have to verify that is there any migration script that you need to run or anything like that. And now it's look like it fixed that. So let's click on it. Now you got the updated query. So maybe you can directly open this complete query and copy everything as it is. Let's paste it here and click run selected query. And in this case, if you see, it show success. Okay, and you can verify by going to the trip detail, and you will see a few new table called family member trip share. Perfect. And obviously inside the profile as well, you will see a brand new code called invite code column. Okay, now you can test this one. So what I will do, I will just make sure I will reload this app. Okay, because there are few changes, or you can even stop and restart your application. So let's restart the application, and then here we go. Now if I go to the any trip, you will see this share option, right? Just click on it, and then you have option to share with the family code. Once you add that, plus add, and then you can save this sharing, and this particular trip will get shared with that particular user. Now inside the family profile tab, you will see the my invite code which you can copy and share with your family members. We also have family members enter code. You can even enter the information directly from here, and all other options are still there inside your profile page. Pretty cool, right? So that's how you have to add this sharing option. Now obviously once you have a multiple user in your family member, you can try it out and it will work properly. Okay, if you have any question, any doubt, let me know in the comment section, because this particular feature is very powerful and it helps a lot. Okay, in your family members, if anyone has any suggestion, any packing item, they can easily add directly inside this trip info section. Okay, so guys, if that's all. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section. You can also ask any doubts, any issue on my Discord channel. I will put the link in the description. Now we already have this explore option, but we don't know what should we add under the explore. In that case, you can use an cursor AI planning mode. So we'll go to the plan and we can ask what should we add under the explore. We also have option like ask. Okay, so it will explore your code base and answer the question without making any edit. The plan will give generate the robust implementation plan before writing the code. It's totally up to you what you want to use. If I say ask, and then we can simply add I want to implement explore tab on home page. What feature section can we add inside explore? Okay, and let's send this one. Okay, we don't need to add many other things because we need to know what thing can we add. And now if you see, we are getting answers so fast because we are already tracking and adding and updating the agent.md file, right? And also we are saving the memory so that it helps us to get the fast response. Now over here, if you see, there is some recommendation. So it's saying best fit section is destination inspiration, keep and upgrade what you have. So it will give you the destination upgrade, then trip template like ready to made iteration, plan with AI prompt. So you have option to plan with AI. So the trending and seasonal peak, browse by internet, all of this detail we can add inside the explore. Okay, so here nice to have later on the nearby, the community, hotel, weather, so that also option is available. But there is suggested one version 1, so which is a category chips, then feature destination, AI prompt chips at the top, and optional 1 to 2 template iteration. So this kind of thing we can add it. And here is the product rule thumb: my plan is equal to trip I own that are shared, and explore is nothing but the idea that I have not booked yet, right? So I think this is pretty good and we can go with this plan. Now in that case, what you can do, you can simply change this to a plan mode if you want to plan before implementation, but we have basic idea, so we'll start implementing. So here we'll say let's implement v1, okay, because this is a version 1 and it will add these 4 main section, and then based on these particular sections given by the AI, it will start implementing it. Pretty cool, right? So you don't need to even think, or if you have any doubt, you can always ask to the Cursor AI and then it will come up with a proper solution for you.
A few moments later.
And once it finished, you will see what are the different things it's implemented. Now over here we'll go to the explore section and then click on it, and here we have the plan with AI section. Once you click on it, it will generate the proper explore section for you. Then we have the feature destination. Here we have all of them, but if you click on beach, city, adventure, it will immediately filter out for you. Also you can plan this particular destination with the AI, or you can create the trip as well. Okay, pretty quick. If you click on plan with AI, it will navigate you to the chart, and then it will automatically add a proper message, and then AI will help you to draft that particular trip. Pretty cool, right? And that you can easily do it with the help of explore section. Now let's say you want to add a romantic 4-day city break, so just click on it and then inside the chart it will automatically add it. Also if you see it, it makes sure it's a new trip because you are implementing from there, right? And then it will add as a new trip only. So that's how this explore section works. Pretty straightforward and quite interesting section. Now you have option if you want to add more things into it, like some grid style cards to add this beach, city, food instead of this scroll bar, or there are many other things which you can always ask to the AI and it will give you the proper suggestion for you. So that's all for this explore section. If you have any question, any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Now in this chapter we are going to focus on improving the user experience. Now in that one there are a lot of things which you can target. Now for example, if you see on this particular trip, right, the planning progress is not working, so we have to fix that. After that, if I go to any of the plan detail, we want to add an option to delete that particular trip, right? Because once it add, and if user don't want it, so user have option to delete that one as well. Now make sure if you don't see my trip section with the actual data, then that also you need to fix it. But other than that, I think everything is correct. I don't see any issue, right? So let's fix these 2 issue. So what we'll do, we'll go to the prompt and then we're gonna simply add let's fix trip card progress bar and attach and update progress based on trip detail, whether we'll say whether user added or checked all to do tasks or even plan for each day, and based on that make sure to show proper progress. Okay, so this help a lot. Also in trip detail page, add option to delete trip, okay, with proper confirmation dialog before deleting it. So that also we are going to add, so that you user want to delete any of these, they can simply delete that one as well. I think that's all we needed. But if you have any other enhancement that you think that need to be implemented or added, you can also do that. Okay, so right now I'm happy with it, so let's send this and then let's wait for the complete implementation. And once it is implemented, then if you see, it added two important feature. One, you will see the planning progress. Okay, so you plan up to 54%. Obviously there are a lot of things you can add, like packaging, you did not confirm this, right? So if you finish it, then it will automatically update the progress bar. Also along with that, you will see the delete option. If you want to delete, you have option to delete that any specific trip as well. Okay, let's say you want to delete this trip, just click on it and then click delete, and then it will delete it from your list. And now if you see, we don't have that particular trip anymore. So that delete functionality is also working. So that's overall enhancement we added. Obviously there are a lot of other things you can add it. Now along with that, on the my plan section below this, right, we can add some other option as well under the my section, or maybe on the home page. So we can ask, we can switch this to ask mode, and then we can simply say suggest something on home page, what else option we can add on home under my plan list, and then hit enter. So this particular section also help to make our application much more interesting. So that's the reason we ask to the cursor what can we add it. Sometimes it's hard, and that's why I always inform you, or I always suggest you to explore on the internet some ideas, some mock-ups, right? And that's give a lot of different information. Now right now if you see the high value which fits what you already have, next up trip spotlight, then gaps and next action, quick action on the card, short option. So it give this section. So basically it give an option which is under my plan. So we can just inform, I don't want to add anything in my plan, rather what can we add on home page at bottom section of my plan, and we can in bracket we can say not in my plan or explore tab. So we specifically mention that one because otherwise it's just give a suggestion that you can add inside the my plan. So here we say, if you see, we got some tips like travel tips, packing reminders, family sharing, upcoming countdown. So something like that we can add it. Or there is a strong product add-on like quick tools row, okay, plan with AI. I think this is much better, quick tools row. Then weather for the next destination, or checklist, or trip memories, photo teaser. Okay, so that also option we have. Then we have low priority. The recommendation is I will definitely go with the quick tool row. So here I will change this to the agent mode, and then we'll say I like quick tools row. Then maybe this checklist nudge, so we'll say this particular option. Right now we don't have any photo feature added, so we'll just leave it as it is. And we can also add this travel tips and travel tips, and then hit enter. Okay, so this option help our home page and application to give extra enhancement for inside our app. And if you see, once it is implemented, it add 3 different sections. One is a quick tool. Now you have quick option to plan with the AI, create trip, my trip, invite frame, and if you click on it, it will immediately navigate to that particular feature. Okay, Then next we also have the finish planning section. So for your upcoming trip, you can plan it. Either you can go to the continue button, which will navigate to the detail page, or you also have ask AI button, where it will navigate to the or AI agent section, and then some travel tips as well. So obviously these travel tips is generated using an AI, and you can ask the more about that using the AI feature. Pretty cool, right? So everything is updated with a new feature, new section as well. Now I'm going to pause the video over here, and I will suggest you also to enhance this, like some themes, designing, icons, colors, everything, and then you can let me know what you build. You can also tag me on the Instagram, and definitely I'm gonna feature it. I'm also going to feature it on the YouTube post if you share this project with me, and I will definitely add that on the YouTube post and with the community. Okay, so make sure to enhance this project and comes up with a different design, different feature, and I will really like to see.